Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. We are here at Helsinki for was the penultimate round of our Formula E series. Helsinki, a fictional track. I am going to try and get it and show you now. Welcome to the stream. Just finishing something up real quick. But that should be all done. I've just remembered I don't have wheel on. I have it set correctly. Let's load these setup. Tire pressures. I'll put these up for a quali sim. But yeah, we are here in Helsinki, as you can see in the bottom right. Interesting track map is a fictional permanent circuit. Quite high speed, love long corners round here. So we've just got 1 minute of practice. We're going to get one lap in, just to get our eye in before qualifying. Is, I think, the longest track of the calendar, about 150, about 150 in race trim, a little bit quicker in quali, and you'll see the long corners that we have round here. And these long corners mean that this track is actually very thirsty on the energy. Does drain the battery quite a bit, and it does mean that there is kind of a lot strategy, not kind of in terms of, do you want to save a lot of energy, or do you just go and commit to a pit stop? Kind of funny how the car that just passes me after I spin and spins himself. Yeah, into the final sector now. And then down to what is a final chicane here at the end of the lap. Leads you on to the start-finish straight. For heading into turn 1 again, big drop in the braking zone for T1. It's difficult to see your turning point. And the session should take over fairly soon. Trying to get the right line through these long corners is a little bit difficult. Oof. Rear feels so much slidier than I'm expecting. You can see it can actually be a bit difficult to see the track limits. Some of these corners, as you're just sort of staying so low in the car, you're kind of blind over the crests. But we will get a flying lap in. It's not a particularly good one. There we go, session ticks over now. And we will get into quali. "15 minutes. Will feel like a shorter qualifying session, this one. 15 minutes is usually quite a bit of time, but with the longer lap around here, it won't feel quite the same. Yeah, a couple of seconds now. Gotta give a moment for all the other cars to head on out. That's a good time. Probably one. I'll try TC55. TC1. It's been fine, so I'll leave it at that. This is one of the tracks with the longer radius corners where it actually might make a difference, sort of what the TC is set at, though. I did a little bit of practice earlier on today, and one felt just alright. As we head out to get the tires up to temperature, up to pressure. Oh, cramp. My left foot as it's braking there. Not ideal. Front end feeling a little bit lazy at the moment, as the tires are still yet to warm up. And should have a good bit of track position here. Try and open up the exit of the final corner a little bit, carry a little more speed, as the timing line is right there at the start of the straight. Bit of a run to turn one, it's not too long, but it is quite the run. Difficult braking zone this. Difficult to spot your turn-in point. Blind apex. Into turn two. Now get to first of the high-speed stuff. Make sure not to run wide over track limits. the left-hander, just waiting for the tire to grip up before you plant the throttle once again. Heavy braking zone into this hairpin sort of double apex, or late apex I should say. Elevation makes the corner a little bit awkward too, especially for traction on the exit. Then into this double left-hander, very quick for this heavy braking zone. Ooh, locking the rears. Just about catching the slide. Then out to the right-hand side, turn the car in, make sure not to hit that sausage curb. Seen someone roll over that in practice. Heading up now. To this double right-hander, this second apex, and quite a bit tighter than the first part, is a bit awkward, can catch you out. Before the run to the final corner, you don't want to hit the yellow sausage curb on the inside, it will heavily unsettle the car. Right, out to the line, our first lap will be a 49.3, definitely have a lot more time in the lap. Just need to put the lap together. A little bit wide there on the exit, but lift it off to try and make sure we stay on track limits. Yeah, understeered wide there. We'll clear the back out of this lap. And we'll take it a bit easy to not cook the tires, as once you get the tires heated up, they do not cool down. But we do also have to be careful of the cars behind us on laps. Yeah, really not a great lap. I did a 47, so I'm about 1.5 seconds off what I did earlier today. You can see how much time there is. That tight little section. Just from being neat and tidy. See how quickly the car decelerates even when you don't touch the brake, just from natural regen and sort of friction from the motors. You can see how all the lifting there actually cost us a lot of energy because we didn't really recover any. Oh, I turned in just while I still had the brakes on. Really unsettled the car. Yeah, we've thrown away another lap. We won't get too many more laps. In the session. Seven and a quarter minutes remain. Tires are hopefully in a good spot though for the remaining laps. And then we should have 4 laps here. Six minutes remaining in session. Cross line to start another lap. The car just slid out there. Car feels very slidey. Much better exit there. Car just sliding through the left-hander there. Well, it's just about within track limits. We're allowing the sort of first blue and yellow curb. But we should theoretically have a lot more time in this still. A little bit wide there for the apex. Not sliding out through that right-hander. Look at the time we gained from that. Rear was sliding around quite a bit in that section. Nearly 8/10 up. Nah, I've gone too deep. Should still get 2 more laps in, I think. Yeah, 2 more laps. Good exit out of T2. Rear end sliding around an awful lot. But still tidy up that right-hander and we've gained a lot of time. Kind of waiting for the car to turn in a little bit. Good exit from the hairpin though. just trying to roll the speed into that right-hander. Don't know if it really worked. We're 8 tenths up, so about where we were last lap. Right, to get this braking point right. Turned in a little bit too early there. Yeah, I've thrown away a little bit of time. Let's see about the chicane. Yeah, so we still have, what, 3.5 tenths? Yeah, we could have another couple of positions. Not a great chicane. Current front Beals on their lap, thankfully. I'm bad line through the right-handers. Try and take the shortest distance to the hairpin as I possibly can. Oh, per traction. Evening, Kevin. Just coming to the end of qualifying. Right, only a 10th down, though we are coming up on a bit of traffic. I think I went wide of the track limits anyway. How's Formula E racing? It's good on the most part. Some of the races have been a bit annoying with lap 1 incidents. Yes, some of the races have had annoying incidents to start the races on lap 1s, but generally there's been some good battles throughout the season. Annoyingly, we haven't really had many interesting sort of strategy races, where you've had to balance your energy. It depends on the track. So we've been doing 30-minute races for the whole season. At street circuits, you'll make it to the end easy, flat out. At permanent circuits, then those are the races that you need to manage it. But there's a bit of an exploit with this car, so, where Assetto Corsa from standard does not have any. Just the way the pit lane works is you can drive in at whatever speed, and the game will forcibly slow you down. And that's the only way that the pit lane speed really works in Assetto Corsa until you bring on the extended physics from CSP. And but these cars, when the game forcibly slows you down, these cars don't really slow down, so you can go through the pit lane much faster than you should be able to, which kind of meant that the one race we had so far, the energy saving was required. Quite a few people just came into the pits, and it's kind of ruined the strategy element of it a bit. This race, there's with the extended physics, there has now been sort of a more enforced pit lane speed on the server. But this track might require so much energy saving that pitting might be quicker anyway. And there's thoughts of changing tires. The tires do actually wear out quite quickly on this car. In the final 10 minutes of the race, they are starting to struggle. And and they're very quick tire change. They're only like 4 or 5 seconds. So I think I'm going to try changing tires. Just it'll be interesting. It'll be a slightly like a more aggressive strategy. Should hopefully be a bit more fun. So yeah, I'm interested of trying it. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. My fastest practice time would have had me at least P6. In Formula, you get very limited tire sets. I think in a weekend where there is one race, you get 6 tires, so 1.5 sets of tires. And then on a weekend where there's 2 races, you only get 2 sets. So you can change tires, but you've barely got any tires to change to. You've got to be careful on how you use them. I think that's like at least last I heard, which was maybe a little while ago. On the grid now, yeah, a little further back than I'd like to be. Welcome, Geeky. We're just about to get started for the first race here in about 30 seconds. So I'm unsure whether this will be a 16 or 17 lap race. On time, it really depends. Really, if it's a quick race, it'll be 17 laps. If it's slow because of like energy saving and whatnot, or like battles, then could be a 16 lap race, which actually has a major effect on energy. But we're about to get racing here. Lights are on. No, not a great start, let's be honest. As we head down towards T1. Yeah, someone was getting a little bit too aggressive off the start and just find themselves running out of track. As we're now sort of filing or sliding into single file here. Ooh, nearly ran into car in front. Oh, did. Just sliding around all over the place unpredictably. Fortunately, may have cost me a space here. Yeah, it has. So fallen to P9. What the hell is this person doing? Glad they backed out of that one. Car behind's off into the gravel. You can just see them heading off from the radar. But I think the car behind us now is maybe trying to save energy. You do really need to commit sort of immediately if you want to save energy, just because of how much you have to save. I can brake a bit later because we don't have as much power as we do in qualifying. So hopefully we can close back in some cars in front, side by side through the hairpin. for a couple of cars. The green car not able to get the move done on the purple car yet. Oh, finds himself on the grass. Ooh, nearly ran into the gravel there. I've certainly ran wide there, but I've kind of ran wide a little bit here, and they've got the cut back. It's neck and neck as we head up to the chicane. Ooh. Just about got that slowed down. They go for the cutback. They nearly misjudged it, driving into the back of us. Not quite able to get alongside, but they're hunting for the slipstream. Not quite able to get enough to get properly alongside, and now this time they're going to send it into T1. They sent it in way too deep. And now they've taken us out. So a little further back now than we'd like to be, but plenty of time to try and recover. Still have our 3 pushed passes as well. Front running a little bit deep, but we've got a good exit here off the hairpin. The car just sliding ever so slightly. And slipstream once again. Bouncing over the carbon, smooth done on the brakes into the final chicane. Back up to P9. Little cut, just lifted a little bit there to not gain from it. 2.5 seconds to the cars in front. Not the greatest chicane there. Braked a little bit too late, and I knew if I turned in when I wanted to, the car rear end was just going to snap round. Adam said to convey he's incredibly sorry. Tell him he's very silly and he should know better. But I appreciate the apology. Ooh, would you look at that? 2 cars in front. Having a little moment together, and that'll be us up to P7. 6 seconds behind the car in 6th place. That will try and go chasing after now. Cars starting to get to about their peak. State. So we're going to start dropping off after this. What times are we seeing at the front? 48. I think that is going to make it a 17-lap race. Ten minutes in, 20 to go. Close the gap up quite a bit to the car in front. Oh yeah, gained like a couple of seconds last lap. I don't think anyone in front of us at least is saving energy. I think everyone is pushing and will make a pit stop this race. Or at least a trip through pit lane. Whether they'll stop to take new tires, that's a different matter. Turned in too early. Yeah, gained 2.3 seconds last lap on the car in front. Not gained quite as much this lap. Little bit wide for the first apex. Again, just under 2 seconds that lap. This is where the tires start to feel a little bit understeery. And it is just going to get worse until we pit. Much better chicane than what we had last lap. Just continuing to reel the car in front in. As we also are catching up to a lapped car, very wide line from the car in front. Though I wouldn't say they gained any time from it. We're now only half a second back. little bit of rear locking there. New personal best nearly into the 48s. Might use a push to pass this lap. Or might be able to get the move done here into the hairpin. This is lap 8. I'll go one more lap, then I will pit. Oh, I just locked the rears. Luckily, most of the cars behind us pitted. I should pit this lap then. Ah! Yeah, you just get the brakes slightly wrong and you're off just like that. Oh, I lost a good 5 odd seconds from that. Very quick tire change. Yeah, that's only like 3 or 4 seconds. And then away we go again. We'll need a lap or two to get these tires back up to temperature, but then they'll be much better than all the other tires. With a mistake as well, we'll drop 1 place to P9 here. Like that, we were through 60% of our battery in half the race. We also have our pushed passes to use. I'll probably use one very soon. Probably as soon as we catch up to the car in front. Oh, it's wanted snap again. Closing in quite a bit on the car in front. That little sort of bump on the apex really does just encourage the car to break traction. And we're through, no bother. No one in front of us has stopped yet. "23-second gap to the next car in front." Gotta use first push to pass now. Gotta be careful in the braking zones, because we're gonna be coming into them that much quicker. Car behind really strong. I must have made a mistake. They've dropped another position. As a reminder, the attack mode effectively puts the car into quali mode, gives an extra 50 kilowatts of power, which is about just over 70, about 75-ish. A little bit wide there. I should press the push to pass earlier. Leaders into the pits. Turned in a bit early there. Got practically match our personal best lap, which I think is a lot more than what others can say on their old tires as a per T1. That's so weird, just how the rear end started sliding around. There's the tarmac. Oh, that's so weird. I've not felt the rear end slide round in the middle of a corner like that while practicing. Usually this car just understeers, but that's just oversteer. Still waiting on the push to pass the attack mode to come off cooldown, then I'll have to use it pretty much immediately to make sure I have enough time to use the last one efficiently. There it is, so we'll use it on the next lap when it's a little more ideal to do so. How much time have I lost from incidents this race? Or incidents or mistakes? Quite a lot. Here's not a good push to pass usage because it's so difficult to run side by side through these left-handers. Try and go chasing after the car in front. It'll be very difficult to get them within this minute of push to pass, but we'll just at least try and close down the gap. Car in front very deep into T1 and lets us through. I think that's an additional, yeah, apology for spinning you there. I'm gonna let you through this time as well. Seven and a half seconds from the one car that is trying to make it to the end of the race without pitting. Three laps to go at the line. So we will go to 17 laps. Yeah, look how much time we've gained on the car in front this lap alone. Yeah, they're doing 58s. That's like 10 seconds off the pace. Get down the inside for a relatively easy move. And we'll have one more push pass, which we'll probably use next lap. 20-odd second gap to the car in front. Don't think we'll be closing that down. Though if we can get within 15 seconds, then I would say we would have finished in front without being taken out or the mistakes. So, penultimate lap. We gained, what, 2.7 seconds on the car in front last lap? And we should hopefully gain a lot more this lap if I actually drive well, which I didn't into T1. Recovered it a bit. Then, of course, we'll use our push to pass this lap. The front tires are starting to drop off again. Evidenced by running wide there. I think you can tell who took tires at the pit stop and who didn't. Looking at the lap times in the top left. Yellow flag out for a lapped car that's off the circuit. Time has run out, but leaders are on one final lap. Won't be able to set a new personal best here. We'd get close. When does push to pass run out here? It's run out already. Not sure when it ran out exactly. Yeah, tires struggling a little bit more towards the end of this race. We're 30.4 seconds off the lead. Most of that was through incidents and mistakes. We could have been up in that battle for second. Into the final chicane for the final time, a little bit deep on the entry. There we go, cross line 33% at the end. So in total, we were 27% short of making the race. That's how much we would have had to have saved to avoid the pit stop. Yeah, I don't think we would have made the time up. So there we go. Final results. Don't want to have a look at lap times. Purple final sector. Wasn't even on that quickest lap. That push to pass lap at the end. I think that's one of our other push to pass laps though. Yeah, so there's half a second in the middle sector, half a second in the final sector. Put the lap together, it could have been a 47.7. Oh yeah, we'll wait for the second race, of course, full reverse grid. So, we'll be swapped down to about 40, so we'll see when we load up onto the grid in just over a minute here, where we are starting with exactly in the second race. I think it'll be P10. So we'll have 9 cars in front of us. Yeah, I do. Changing tires was definitely the right choice. So just a couple more seconds till we're loaded onto the grid. And yeah, there we go. Confirmation of being P10. Setup should be all good from the last race. I think I might use a push to pass early in the race just to try and get some positions rather than wait till the end like I've done so for pretty much every race so far. Of course, we're going to have quick drivers behind us. This could be a very chaotic start. Oh, okay, just force me off. Yeah, whoever was on my outside there and just squeezing me, I was like, that's not going to work with the car I had on my inside. There's nothing I could do there. Ooh, multiple cars off in front. What the fuck of a rejoin was that? Oh, I just saw that in the radar. Holy hell. Alright, it has been a very chaotic start. Gotta run here to the outside. One car already running into the pits. Wonder if they got a penalty of some sorts. We're up to P4. I think I'm going to save the pushed passes for later in the race. Well, that's a weird little snap. Nearly running into the gravel there. I doubt it's worth pitting for damage, because if you pit now, you won't be able to run flat out to the end of the race. Not if the race becomes 16 laps, it might be a bit easier, you know. But you're banking on that the race is slow enough to not have the 17th lap. I used a push to pass, thinking maybe I could pass everyone. But I think some of the others did as well. Or no, I pressed the wrong button. I didn't use a push to pass. I've forgotten which button is my push to pass. I know it's one or two buttons, but I keep forgetting if it's left-hand side or right-hand side of the steering wheel. Someone's trying to murder me again. Well, that's okay. I didn't really have anywhere to properly go, so it's probably for the best I didn't use it. Oh no, the curb spun me round, for goodness sakes. I just used too much curb on the entry. Spun me round. Ah, that was going so well too. Plenty of time to recover, but I'm never going to get back up to where I was. I could have been in P2. I was trying to be careful not to lock the brakes by keeping the car straight while I was braking. But then as I turned in and sort of went over the edge of the curb, the car was like, nope, gonna spin anyway. A lot of fighting going on here. It'll be annoying trying to look forward while also worrying about the car behind. Oh. And unfortunately, the spins have also used up the best of the tires. Just going to make it even more difficult to try and close up on the cars in front. But definitely glad I saved the pushed passes now, because I'm going to need them. That was a good final chicane. Another personal best, but no, it can go quicker than that. A little bit quicker, not that much. Ooh, car did not want to turn in at the late stage in T1. Starting to feel the understeer from the tires. Let's see what lap we're on. Lap 7. If people don't pit at the end of next lap, or end of this lap now, I'm gonna pit. Try and get the undercut, use a push to pass as well. To make up positions. Oh, come on! Like, you're spun facing the wrong way. You see a car coming towards you, so you just drive into them. I'm glad they slowed down to let me through, being on that awful line instead of just being on the apex. What's this car doing? Really going really slowly now too. What's that for? I'm gonna go one more lap. 2 people pitted. Weather's got really bad outside. Can hear the rain. Right, and here we go for a new set of tires. There's not many people still left to pit. Only 3 people, and one of those people aren't going to pit. They're probably energy saving again. Judging by the fact they're not in the lead, despite the fact they haven't pitted. Yeah, I need to use push to pass next lap. Probably should have used one this lap. It's really wide. Car really snapped out from that brake input. This is looking to be a good lap here. Will probably be my fastest lap of the race, given I'm about to use a push to pass here. Making sure not to press the button too early while the traction control is still activating. You know, because then you're not getting sort of the full effect of it. A little bit wide of the apex there. It's alright. And we'll actually see when the push to pass finishes this time. Still active. Personal best, and there activates by halfway down the start-finish straight. Would be nice if it lasted all the way into T1, but hey-ho. Can't have everything. Fastest lap of the race, that too. Which is nice, with a little hit on the inside curb there. I hope this race goes to a 17th lap, otherwise I won't get optimal usage of the push to pass. Oh, big snap into T1. Ah, just again, the brakes snatching. They barely locked up, but was just that split second moment was enough to spin the car around. Didn't lose too much time, only lost like 5 seconds from that mistake, but 5 seconds is a lot of time to lose when you've already lost, I don't know how much this race, from the curb at the start and towards the start, and then being hit in the back again in the battle. Ooh, snap there. Penultimate push to pass. Make sure I don't turn in too early and hit the anti-cut. Annoyingly lost a little bit of time there on that tighter line, having to go around the slower car. Ran it in a little too deep. There. Alright, one more push to pass, which we'll probably use on the final lap. Could still get P5 this race, which would be a miracle given everything that's happened. Hitting the graveler is not a good idea. Though I was probably going to be stuck behind these cars anyway, being held up. Two moves in one corner. Nice. 8.4 seconds to the next car in front. I don't think I'll be able to catch that in 2 laps. Very tough ask. Yeah, especially when they're running good times. Yeah, this is the best we're gonna get. I think the car behind's on push to pass, judging how much they closed up into T1. Push to pass doesn't really help you that much around this part of the circuit, though. I think there will be one more lap. I hope there will be. I'm going to save my push to pass for the next lap. Banking on there is one. I don't lose out on much if I don't use it at this stage. It's going to be real tight, you know. That's a bit of an awkward place to park as a lapped car. Yeah, so we have one more lap. Can we beat our personal best? It's going to be difficult with the tyres. Understeer there. Yeah, the tyres are too far gone. We have lost the fastest lap of the race. I can't see who to, but apparently have lost the fastest lap of the race, unfortunately. A little wide for the apex. Puts tight line for the right-hander. You can see the time we're losing even on the push to pass just from the tires being dead. So the final corner, it's going to be, I think, P5. I think someone already left the server to mess up the standings. Yeah, I mean, that should have been better. That should have been second or third. Yeah, close into 5.5 seconds at the end of our laps. Half a tenth in sector 1 could have been 47.4. What time did we do in qualifying? 48.3. Yeah, that shows how bad of a lap that was. That we went quicker, even though we only had extra power for the second half of the lap. You know, I mean, that's like a couple of tenths into T1, a couple of tenths towards the hairpin. You know, like with how I ran on this lap, if I had to push to pass in the first half of this lap, that could have been a 46. So it could have been, a little bit annoying. Oh well. Oh, well. Well, we're going to switch on over to some Art of Rally to finish the stream up. I know I said earlier on in the week, or at the weekend, that I had a Richard Burns Rally event to run. I was hoping to run that this afternoon, but unfortunately things came up and I didn't quite have the time. There's like an hour and a half to run it, which I might try and squeeze it in, but I'm not gonna do it on stream. So let's switch on over to Art of Rally, and we'll do the daily stage once more. We ran, of course, on when was Saturday? Was it Sunday? Sorry. We ran, yes, because we ran Crater Series. It wasn't a good stage. Let's see what we can do this time. Group 4 car at Sardinia for a 6-kilometer stage at night. Again, not sure on the car. Continue to tell you it's rear-wheel drive. Likes to hang the tail out, but not too much. At least not so far. A little bit wide there. Turned in too early and hit the inside hill. Taking some liberties. Just cutting corners slightly. Getting away with them. Maybe like a 86, yeah, could be. I must say, it's actually a lot of fun to throw around. It's very well balanced. There's finish 208.5 and I'd say was very clean stage, and yeah, P20, top 5%, 10.5 seconds off lead. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's a good stage. Yeah, happy with that. Much better than what we did on Sunday. So yeah, that's a good run. And just missed the transition button by like 2 pixels. Yeah, that is though going to do it for today's stream. Unfortunate with the Formula E races. It was a poor qualifying for me, I must admit. Like I had a second. Probably I could have gone like a second quicker, but yeah, I just really didn't get the lap in. Was a good start to the race. Then, well, it got taken out. Made a couple of mistakes from just the car being like really the car had no tolerance. If you slightly locked the rear brakes, or the rear tires, I should say, don't have normal brakes on the rear axle, does the Formula E car, the car gave you no chance. It was just instantly around. And it was very easy to lock the rear brakes into a couple of loose corners. So it was. And yeah. Second race, Keane going very well, start very well, up to P2. That was such a good start. And then, yeah, I was trying not to lock the brakes. I just sort of ran over the curb slightly, and the car was like, "Yeah, I'll go for another spin, thank you." That was annoying. And then yeah, taken out again, ran into from a car facing the wrong way, just not looking at where they're going. Yeah, that was annoying indeed. But hey, not every race can go your way. It feels like none of them can this series. It has just been one of those series. We've got one more week. We are racing a track called Kimura. It's quite an interesting track. I think it'll be another difficult one. I don't know about energy. I'll see when I do a little bit of practice in the week. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It's another permanent circuit. I believe it's one based in like Finland or something, somewhere like that. So, and it does have some long corners in the second half of the lap that could, yeah, be interesting. And the braking zone for like T2 or T3 is another one of those that isn't straight. You've sort of got a slight corner into a tight corner. That'll be a bit difficult and could provoke mistakes. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, hopefully it is cleaner than what tonight did. Tomorrow we should hopefully have some Le Mans Ultimate. Uh, Again, it's the third round, our second race of the Wednesday series. 90 minutes at Imola this time in hypercars. We had decent run at Spa, if I remember correctly. Uh, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Um, or no, it wasn't. It wasn't a good run at Spa. No, it wasn't. I didn't even remember it. No, it wasn't good. Oh well, hopefully tomorrow can go a bit better. How's the frying pan gonna be? Thankfully, it's not as OP as it is in real life. Um, Internet died. Oh yeah, I forgot about the internet dying. No one. Well, yeah, no wonder I didn't remember the race. Um, yeah, barely happened. So yeah, hopefully we'll actually get to finish the race this time, and hopefully it will go well. On Friday we might have a race as well. That's a little bit up in the air, to be honest. And then after that, we'll be doing the Creator Series at some point during the weekend on WRC. And then we'll be back for the final round at Kimura, as mentioned, next week. Same time, same place for the final round for the Formula E Series. Hopefully we can end it on a high, at least compared to Um, yeah, see if it, yeah, it can't be that hard to go better than the series has gone so far. I don't remember what my best result is. I should be able to find out actually. Uh, Formulas standings overall. No, I not really. Oh, we've had a couple of fifth. We've had like one fifth place this season. But yeah, series has not gone well. Looking at standings, and there's only 2 people that haven't missed. Or there's a third person actually that hasn't missed a race, but a lot of people have just missed like one race, which is interesting. But yeah, as I said, that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you, Kevin, Geeky, Matt, and Blakey for popping in, for chatting a little bit. And thank you to anyone else that was lurking in chat. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow, if not later on this week, when we do a little bit more racing and or WRC. And yeah, hope you enjoyed despite the annoying races. As I mentioned, hopefully they'll be a bit better next week. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.